let's talk KJ Lewis a little bit. What are you? I'm bigger on KJ Lewis in the NBA than I think some folks are. I believe that KJ Lewis can be a late lottery pick. I think he's legitimately 6'4". People keep saying he's 6'3". I think you're going to be surprised he's 6'4". He's already got the athleticism. He's got the body. What I think you're going to see this year is I think you're going to see him become a pretty decent shooter. The form is not broken at any point. It's not that Mustafa Shakur weird thing that you don't know exactly what's going on. And I think you're also going to see him be a little bit more clever off the bounce as well. I think people are sleeping on KJ Lewis as an NBA player, Saul.
I think the form needs a little tweaking. I think his release is a little too high. I think it could be a little bit more truncated. But I do agree. I think if he can prove the consistency from the perimeter, and he has to prove that. He has to prove that he can have that consistency from the perimeter, because athletically he's gifted enough. He very much reminds me of Josh Green. Like almost a carbon copy of Josh Green, a kid who had tremendous athleticism, not the greatest shooter in the world, but if they develop, then they can become a high lottery pick. And Josh Green was a lottery pick. Okay. And he only stayed a year. KJ is giving himself another opportunity to develop, and realize that if he went to the NBA right now, he would probably be a second-round pick or maybe late first round and end up in the G League, and that's just not somewhere you want to be. So if KJ works at this the right way and he develops his shot more consistently, then yes, he will be a lottery pick next year because athletically he's second to none. But if that outside shot looks like it struggles, then he instantly becomes a tweener and you don't know what position you're going to put him in. And if you can't rely on the shooting, then really you're looking at a defensive stopper, and how elite of a defensive stopper can you possibly be in the NBA? That's a very, very tall task.
I think you're going to see Jaden Bradley and KJ Lewis surprise people with their 3-point shot. Bradley again made 44% of his threes. Again, I get that he didn't take a ton. I get it. But what I also like about both of these guys is that they both when the ball hits the rim, it flutters around, it bounces around. It doesn't look like it's going to go, skyscraping out of bounds because of how bad the form is. That's why I'm optimistic about it. And I think they both think that that's going to be the case there, Saul. So we will find out. But again, if he can make that 3-point shot go, all systems go, my friend, because then he's really the total package.
1,000,000%.
Yes, exactly. All right. Now, let's see here. The lottery is every team, Gringo Billy. The lottery is every single team that did not make the NBA playoffs. Generally, those picks are all lottery picks then. So unless there's a trade or something. So if you didn't make the NBA playoffs.
14. Was he picked 18th? Is that what it was? So maybe he was not a lottery pick. He missed it by a couple, but
yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, so it's 1 through 14, but still your mid-first round, that is pretty much where that's pretty much where it is at